Look, ladies and gentlemen, look, I know that you're talking about, it's about going to work safely, coming home safely, isn't it? And all those areas that I've just spoken about before, wow. Hey, I come from Newcastle. I'm a father of two, 29. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you right now, yeah, age is not a barrier. Failure is not an option. It's about picking yourself up and going forward. Wow. What does that mean? Anyone want to translate that in English for me? What do you think that means?
It's not how hard you get kicked, it's how hard you kick back.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Awesome. What's your name?
Jason.
Good on you, Jason. But Jason, you know, it's about when we get away, man. Think about it when you come to work. Like, okay, for example, I can see a lot of spring chickens around here in the room. Remember, age is not a barrier. How long have we been here in the industry, whether it's construction, mining, energy, any of those? That's it. How long have you been in the workplace? 30 years. Oh, hey. 30 years, is that all? 30 years. Yeah?
I'll put down 40 years.
40 years. Wow. Yeah, wow. Awesome, hey. So what's your name?
Les.
Les, good on you, Les. Hey, look, you know, acting doesn't count though.
No.
No, Les. No. You look familiar, Les. Sorry. Yeah, how do I? You know, what I'm saying is that, hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, okay, 30, 40 years, like Les just said here now. Wow, awesome. Okay, he's been here for the least amount of time. You see what I'm going to very quickly. No right or wrong answer here. Hey, let me tell you right now, today could be, doesn't matter how long you've been here, like even Les. I'm putting you right on I wouldn't say chopping board there, Les, but I'm putting you right in the front line. I'm an ex-soldier, so I know what that means very much. So I tell you what, workplace is the same thing, in the front line all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? Wow. So let's not become complacent. What does complacent mean? We take things for granted. How often do you do that? All the time. Yes, every day. That's right, John, we shouldn't. Remember when I told you about all these factors, I'm just putting finger on the pulse straight away. Hey, yeah, so like I said, you know, age is not a barrier. Doesn't matter whether you're about to retire today or it's your first day. Today could be your last day. Simple as that. Wow. Age is not a barrier. Like I said, failure is not an option. Hey, it's about picking up the pieces and going forward too as well. That's the toughest one of all three of them. And that's where, you know, the process where you're at right now. That's where I'm at too as well. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I'm 29, on top of the world. Where was I working? Newcastle. Hey. What's Newcastle on there for? Steel. Hey, mining. Yeah. Coal. Yeah, BHP. That's where I used to work. Anyone ever worked at BHP before? Newcastle, Port Kembla? Hey, Port Hedlands. Wow, awesome. Hey, how many people? Yeah, I'm just going to take you down there, memory lane. It's a February 1993. How many people do you think used to work there at BHP?
A couple of thousand.
2,000? Yeah, 2,000? Yeah, try 14 and a half. So what are we talking about? Hey, we're talking about all the trades and that. I'm just looking at here, right here in the room. You know? Fitters and turners, you name it. You know, nuts and bolts. Hey. Truckies. Hey. I'm an ex-serviceman, remember? I'm not going to dwell on that, but hey, look, it's all about going forward. I was a father of, how many children did I say? Two. Yeah, I'm 29. Now, just think about it, ladies and gentlemen, you will be 3rd of February. At the World in my family. My daughter, she's now 5.5, getting on 6, and my son, Israel, a couple of months old, 2.5. I went to work that day. Hey, what time did I start? 1:30 in the morning. What was I doing? I was a contractor there at BHP. Wasn't a BHP employee, so hey, we had a different interpretation of look at work. What is it? Hey, get in there fast, get out fast. The true pitch. You know? And yeah, don't get me wrong, safety was out there, but hey, it was only just coming out, if you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong, BHP were very good when it comes to safety, but unfortunately it's how it's monitored, maintained. Hey, look, I just finished doing that 13.5-hour shift. Now, just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most important times when you're at work ever gets. Obviously, it's the start and the finish. What time is the most important? First 10 minutes, last 10 minutes. I'm just being specific now. Why is that? Why the first 10 minutes and last 10 minutes?
Concentration.
Yeah, that's right. We're not on the job, isn't it? Hey, and that's what it's about, it's getting on the job. Hey, look, without getting on the bush, ladies and gentlemen, think about it, I come from Newcastle, so when I come in here, look, I've already had an engagement this morning, that's why I apologise I was so late in here this morning. And there's a few things that happened here this morning. In fact, there was an incident right there that posed prior to me just starting. Wow. So, people don't realise, it can happen just like that. Look, what's happening, I was, first 10 minutes, just imagine you coming to work, even just to be here this morning, even to come here. What are we doing? We're running late, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it. What do we do? Yeah, we rush with speed. Hey, all those sort of things. Don't get me wrong. There's a time factor in that. Hey, even when I cross over the bridge, Harbour Bridge. If I'm down the Harbour Bridge, and I look to my left, I look to my right, and I see people driving. And I hope this is not one of you, but I can see people putting on makeup. For your lady. It's not just the ladies either. Hey, there's a lot of guys. In fact, I see a lot more guys. Depends on which side of the Harbour Bridge you're going on. You know what I mean? If you get closer to Oxford Street, you see a lot more guys. You know what I mean? In fact, I'm looking around here now, they look familiar. But when they come over here, it all comes off. Hey, we're in this together. Hey, guys, get all thank you, Kahi. I said, thank you too, brother, from a distance. Remember? From a distance. Hey. Look, I'm not going to dwell on it, so what am I saying as I was about to hop off the truck? Ladies and gentlemen, just think about it. Half of this room. If I walk away from that, is that okay? You can hear me? Right? Just let me know if you can't hear me. And this picture right up this, where I'm working right here, there's a blast furnace. On this side here, my right hand side, as I'm looking at it, or your left from John. So John, I hope you don't mind John, you're in the driver's seat, brother. John, you'll lead. Then I just finished doing a 13.5-hour shift. I've been doing it for how long? 7.5 months. My other offside of the one they told me he done the other, it's supposed to be other 12 hours, and they're supposed to be 12 hours each. And what happened is that I went into his time because he was running a bit late. Now, just imagine that, you don't want to be in his seat, you know what I mean? And my outsider, how long had he been there? Hey, what's your name? Hey, Matt, how are you? Matt, just have me something, you're that guy. How long you been there? Wow, one day. Remember what I said? Doesn't matter how long you been there. Matt, I say to you, mate, can you put away the hoses there? You go, yeah, sure, Kahi. Now what is my job? I'll be shutting down the engine. I've been doing that for a long time. Remember 7.5 months? So, it becomes routine. When you do your thing routine all the time, it becomes a bit autopilot, isn't it? That's where you have to be careful. It becomes too good. She can work, mate, whatever to be. This one will tell you right now, hey. So what happened? Hey, without throwing on it, as I was about to step off, the area that I was working in there, hey, very noisy. Hey, you couldn't hear a thing. Even if I put my hand in front of you, it was all for, machinery and that, hey, gases and that going all over the place. And don't get me wrong, I love the place, it's awesome. And now just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, you're that forklift truck coming through the last thing, you can't see a thing. Machinery, as I said, PPE, hey, even if I put my hand in front of you, you couldn't see me. How fast would you be traveling? Remember, this is 1993, not 2013. It's coming towards the end of your shift. How fast would you be traveling? That's right, John. Pedal to the metal way. Remember? Hey, Newcastle, Silverchair. We know what the tickets are fancy. ACDC. High fives. Know what the tickets are fancy. But I mean, look at so what happened from there? I just came through there, called me, and as you can see, I'm a petite guy, just like Tony. Sorry, Tony, very petite. So he just dragged me along the ground. So from there, from the darkness out into the light, how many people do you think were working in that area? Well, they give me a clue. I think you had 7,500 people working that day around there. But how many people in that area? They give it the huge. How many people? They had 250, 300 people. Just think about that. How do you think that would impact you right now? You see this right in front of you. This is what safety is all about. It's making coming on the same page, same way. That wasn't anything. That's the message I get to a lot of people now. You know, I'm going to Toronto. From there, I was rushed to Toronto to hospital. I was under that forklift. The guy at the forklift driver didn't realise he had me under there. And feel free, you know, I can have Q&A there later on, and you can ask me any questions later. So from there, when I was in the hospital, what happened then is that the doctor said to my wife, and I was in there for 2.5 weeks. My wife said, taking my leg off, below my knee, down my hip, pipe. All my other organs were shut down. What are we talking about? Talking about from my brain right down. All works and all that. It comes to the package. So, yeah, when I was in there, remember, I can't remember the thing. And that's my wife was in the briefing. She said, the doctor said to him, sorry, Mrs. Puru, we're going to turn the icicles. What did she do there? She said, hang on, give us a half an hour for what? That's why they job. It's about taking control. You know, you doing that now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope so. At the end of the day, now we know where it sits now. Remember, I'm here. As I said before, I apologise if I didn't mention this before, but I'm a representative for WorkCover in New South Wales. I'm a safety ambassador, and I have been for the last 4 years. You know, I'm not here as an inspector. I'm here as a, you know, as unfortunately, I'm just like you know, like a father. Not a grandfather to be very soon, which is good. I'm looking forward to that. But also a husband, a mate, just like you, brother, cousin, you know, grandson. Wow, we're in this together, and that's what it's all about. As you know, look, I'm not going to dwell on a few things. As you know, new safety laws came in place. They came in place last year. I'll give you a clue. When did they come in place last year? What are they called? Yeah, and when did they come in place? Very good. Hey, don't get me wrong. Some people say, oh, it was 2011. I said, no, that's when I thought about it. But hey, we got the price first of January 1, also 2012. But look, I'm not going to dwell on it. You know, all those things are very important. And a lot of people, even this morning, were asking me about questions about that too. But, yeah. So, you know, it's part of being part of the process. You know, part of the solution, not part of the problem. So from there, ladies and gentlemen, when I was in the hospital, what happened after that half an hour? My wife prayed, and then after that half an hour, nothing happened. So what happened then? That's what my wife said to the doctor, you know, to turn the lights on. And when they did that, just imagine they were in a heartbeat for it to do. And when they did that, what happened then? Hey, they pulled a sheet on me, I started to breathe on my own. So what am I saying? Man, my advice is good to your wives. Or good to your partners. Hey, brother, no, good to your partners.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, that's right. You know? And then what goes with that too is good health. Good wife. Not the other way around. Good wife is good health. No, hey, look, so what happened from there? Look, I'm not going to tell on, ladies and gentlemen. I was in there for another week, so 3.5 weeks. They shipped me to the Royal Newcastle Hospital. When I went in there, I'm just giving it to you straight away. You're the doctors in my room. How many doctors in my room? 44 doctors were coming in there. I'm in my room with myself. I get catheters and everything else. I'm on the 7th floor. Let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to rip your head off. Why would I want to do that? Have a guess. I'm just giving you a sniff. What do you reckon? Why would I want to rip your head off? Remember, you the doctors will rub me. Yeah, that's right. You know, it's a normality. A lot of things, John, you're exactly right. I mean, John, let me tell you right now, hey, I don't want to be there. You know, you can understand, of course, but what I'm trying to say is that when I looked around in the room, you remember part of my injury, just imagine the forklift when it happened. Imagine, remember what I said before, my skull, my brain wasn't here. 87, 90% of my brain wasn't here. Wow. So I'm looking at you now. Are you here? I hope so. That's what's about. Be grateful for what you do and what you do. And those 44 doctors you can see them peeling out the rooms in the 6th lift. What's your name again, mate? Jason. Hey, Jason. Happy to know, Jason, I'm just going to use you as an example. This is what happened. Jason, you're the CEO of the hospital. There you go. Okay, my name is Dr. Jason. I'm the CEO of this hospital. I said, yeah, so what? I'll stick a finger up here a while. You know what I mean? Your nose. You know what I mean? Remember, I want to rip your head off. Why? Closure for me, and I mean seriously, now closure for me was to dive straight out the window and take my life. Who was I thinking about? That's right. But you remember who I was. That was a split second. Why? Old Marilyn made me come on board, Jason, and when he said to me, hey, I'm tied to the bed. Think about it, I'm tied to the bed. Why am I tied to the bed for? Yeah, can't get up, can't rip your head off, you know, those sort of things. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, remember I'm just taking you there, just for a sniff. And when I looked at the doctor and everyone else in the room, he said, hey, Kahi, you're changing bed, why am I changing bed? Hey, he said, Kahi, when you and John are in the hospital, ICU, intensive care unit, what does that mean in plain English? It's when you either live or die, simple as that. And said, Kahi, you know, and he told me all about that, he goes, well, we were doing an emergency, we left you there not even a half an hour. What happened is you got up and started to walk, tried to walk. What do you think what happened there? Yeah, so I fell over. When I fell over on my left hand side, what happened then? All my scar and the blood and everything. How much blood do we have in our system? There we go. Yeah, five pints for, you know, the lower echelon, and for petite guys like me, maybe 8. Yeah? But how much did they use on me? 100 liters. So wow. I think it's funny enough, actually, she said 7 day vendors, nothing else 7 day vendors. She goes, oh, just as well, Kahi. If you're not 7 day vendors, you wouldn't be here by now. So, praise the Lord that I am then. I said, we're supposed to be in this episode waggling. Obviously not. You know what I mean? But I tell you, look, you know, so what happened from there, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to dwell on it. So when I looked in the room and I looked at, and then Jason, you said to me, Jason, look, this is where I'm heading back to you now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be honest with you. Wow. You go, Jason, you said to me, oh, by the way, Kate, this beautiful lady, you don't mind ignoring, but beautiful lady on my right, holding my hand. Hey, baby, boy in the arms, you'll cling to me. Who is that? Wow. Hey, why am I saying that? Look, ladies and gentlemen, I try not to be emotional because with my wife said, you don't get emotional with you. I said, no. Of course I was there. And honey, you know, when I saw it, and I said, you know, she goes, don't mention about that. I said, honey, don't mention about that at all. I said, honey, when I saw you that day, Mom, beautiful angel. She goes, oh, okay, that's fine. But I said, honey, sometimes I wonder which one you are. Sometimes. What did you say? I said nothing, absolutely nothing, you know what I mean? And you know, it was my daughter, wow. My daughter said, that's not my dad, look at this monster. Look at my son, wow, I started crying. He started crying. I wanted to hug him, hug my wife, hug my daughter. I couldn't do that. It was a change for me. And that's what I said, be grateful what you do and not what you do. So what, from there, look, I'm not going to dwell on it, ladies and gentlemen. I was supposed to be in there how long? 2.5, 3 years, rehab. How long did I end up being in there? I chose to. Me. It's about being in control. Everyone's different. I need that statement for 5 months. But during that time that I was in there, remember, hey, I'm all my prostrate and everything get off completely. What are we talking about? I couldn't go to the toilet, I couldn't pass water, I couldn't move my bowels. Things I ever take for granted. Wow. And then my wife, you know. You know, we love our wives and my partners, they got us. You know? My wife said, oh, okay, we can buy some brand new house. Hey, ladies. Brand new car, and then I get a brand new wife. What did you say? It's nothing, absolutely nothing. You know what I mean? The truth is, don't get me wrong, I'm elevating my wife, not demoting her, don't get the wrong impression here. And when I looked at her, the doctor said, Kahi, I don't think you realise it's just impossible. You know, just as well, it's going to take 3 years for you, 12 operations during that time before you can pass water and leave the house. You can't even have any choice, it's just impossible. All the nurses are telling Kahi, he's the number 1 in Australia. I should be saying, I said, I don't think he's number 1 in the world. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, he's doing a great job. But I said, you tell that to God. You know what I mean? That's why I put my faith and trust. As you believe in God, Kahi said, yeah, I'd rather believe in God than the doctor said this is possible. You understand what I'm saying? So after 3 years, what happened? Hey, I have to pass water, move my bowels. But you know, remember the last one? Hey, it wasn't happening. You know what happens there, ladies? Gentlemen, when the man gets that talk on his eye, hey. You know, not once, but twice, not 2 more beautiful times. There you go, that's it. There you go. So I named the first one Ebony. Ever guess what I named the next one? Ebony goes with. Oh, man, you're awesome. Too much. Unfortunately, that's not her name. Doors open, doors closed, isn't it? I'm sure you closed the door on me now. Go. You know what I mean? So, hey, let's face it, at the end of the day, where did I want to be? Hey, I wanted to be back at work. Okay, provide. Why? I want to get back there. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, I know who I'm talking to here. And all the circumstances change, but I'll tell you what, for me, personally myself, I'll really make it work. When? Yesterday. But it's a process. You know what I mean? I wouldn't recommend this to anyone. That's just me giving this to you. When I look around in the room, doesn't matter who I'm speaking to, the audience and that, I just look at you like I'm looking at myself. And everyone's going to tap into it really different. Because obviously, we know that a lot of safety things in there in place that wouldn't happen, they should be happening. Remember what I said before, the key factors is about being part of the solution, not part of the problem. Okay? So, yeah. So, what did I do? I got back to work, hey, BHP, wow, I'll tell you what, hey, yes, and all the guys there, I'll tell you what, and let me tell you what, I'm proud to say that, hey, then at that time I was part of the community. And I tell you what, you guys did a great job there. You know, until we're back there in Newcastle. So, wow, awesome. And, you know, but unfortunately, when I got back to work, what was I doing? Answering phone calls, taking orders, and they're taking their own. It was cool, it was okay, but still, hey, at the end of the day, it wasn't me. What do I want to do? I want to get out there with machinery. And that's what happened. When our boss came back up, he was overseas. At the time in Germany, he came back and he said, hey, Kahi, what's happening? I said, man, this is not happening, brother. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, well, you know. He goes, Kahi, can you make me a tea? And I goes, man, that's definitely not happening. You know what I mean? So I want to make a tea, make a tea. And everyone cracked out laughing and said, then he goes, what do you want to do, Kahi? I want to get out there on the machine, like I said. So what did they do? They got me on a forklift, of all things. Now, how low can you go in it? You know? So what, Kahi? You know, he said, you know, it's just like, you know, when you fall off a horse, get back on a horse. I said, brother, don't you know the difference between a horse and a forklift? You know? About, you know what they did, you know, the far that, you know what I mean? Put far on that, you know? Yeah, it's far out, you know? But hey, you know, this is what it's all about, us working together, you know? The truth is. But hey, you know, it's about what we do with it, and that's the thing. Hey, look, so what happened, hey, I was doing that for 8.5 months, I come to 12 months, I was there at work, but at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, everything's got to come to a climax, okay? To a finale. And what happened, hey, at the end of the day, I was succumbing, or I was holding back what I was really going through. And what was that? How it was like a jackhammer. And even on the forklift, you know, a lot of the, you know, remember, look, I want to be back at work. You know, think about the areas that you go to and work, you know, confined spaces and everything else, you know. I mean, look, I can't, it's all fresh. Even today, there's a few things, remember the incidents that happened this morning, I can't mention things like that, because it's all confidential. But hey, all those sort of things, wow, you know, they're still happening even today. Wow. I mean, what were you thinking, you know? I mean, never seen now, but, you know, still people are becoming very complacent, thinking, oh, yeah, should be right, I'm bulletproof. But let me tell you right now, you're not. You know? Hey, yeah, like I said, it was like a jackhammer going for me 24/7. They terminated me there because I had a former solicitor, a doctor, the head doctor here in Australia, and he became, at the time, he was the #1 enemy to me. He's representing the other side, if you know what I mean. And when he heard my story and wrote it, he read it, and he just swore at me, calling me the other side. Man, I'll tell you what, I want to pop his head off his body. But you know, him and I have been great mates, especially down the track. You'll see, as I mentioned it. And he was the #1 in Australia. He's not in practice anymore. But look, hey, you know, but life's a process. So from there, they terminated me. When they terminated me from there, what happened from then? I became a Paralympian. Okay? That's the reason why I'm here today. Look, and part of that, injured in the workplace. I was approached by the Paralympic Committee, the Australian Paralympic Committee, which is combined as part of the WorkCover New South Wales Speakers Program. And I was the #1 guy to come on board. And I have been ever since. And, you know, and I'm so proud to be given this opportunity here in front of me, like I said. But hey, you know, I was the #1 powerlifter in Australia. Competed here, just down the road at Homebush. Now, anyone have a guess? What do you think I would lift? Bench press. What do we get, Tony? Have a guess?
200 of them.
200? Wow. Is that what you lift? Yeah? Is that what you lift? Is that before the hanging or after the hanging? Hey, wow. Tony, hey, man. See, that's what I like about Tony. Wow, awesome. Hey, look, 222.5 kilos.
Close.
Not bad, isn't it? 230 was the world record. Unfortunately, at the games, though, Just to put it right, I only ended up lifting 207.5, but 2 weeks before that, that's where I lifted 222. And Southport actually was in Brisbane, in front of big contingent there. But hey, but it's all a process. You know what I mean? Hey, look, there was 25 people found positive that year in the Paralympics, and 23 of them were from powerlifting. So yeah. Hey, but it was awesome, mate. Where do you think Australia came at the Paralympics? Anyone want to have a guess? I'll give you a clue. Third, second, or first?
First.
Hey, awesome. Okay, how many medals? Have a guess.
Top of the medal count.
Yeah, we did that. Tony, well, have a guess. What do you reckon? 40. Wow. Put one in front of that.
40.
No, one in front of it. 140. 149.
There you go.
Not bad, eh? 149. Wow. Okay, what was the breakdown? 63 gold, 47 bronze, and 47 silver to respond. Wow, it's awesome to be part of it. People look at me, don't get me wrong, they look at me and they go, wow, oh yeah, but you only came 7 card. I said, brother, I didn't see you there. Yeah, you know what they say? They go, I'm not disabled. I said, well, you could have fooled me. Yeah, what do you mean? I said, we don't have to be physically disabled, you can be mental or psychological. I said, I'm neither of those. No, you're not neither of them, you're whole freedom. You know what I mean? The truth is though, ladies and gentlemen. See, people don't like hearing that, the truth. Wow. Yeah, Kahi, you're funny. I said, brother, it's the truth, man, I just told you. But hey, look, yeah, that's why I'm so honoured. Hey, and don't get me wrong, that's why people say to me, wow, Kahi, you must be really pleased that you're an Australian, because you know, come second in the world, you beat New Zealand and that. I said, brother, hey, shouldn't have been the other way around. I think you're pleased that I'm representing Australia, otherwise I'll be beating you guys. I never thought of that way. I said, well, the truth is, you know what I mean? But yeah, hey, look, I don't want to talk on that, but look, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'd give you the opportunity today. This is where I'm leaving loopholes open for you to ask me. How do you think this injury could be prevented in the first place? Remember? I gave a lot of hot holes for you to think about. What wasn't happening? It should have been happening. Yes.
Could have been more or less.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. But I mean, having said that too, Tony, you remember, short 13.5-hour shift, I've been doing that for quite some time without a hard year.
Fatigue.
Yeah, so fatigue, all those sort of things. There's a lot of contributing factors, isn't it? So sure, my side, we say this and that, it's great to say my side and that, isn't it? But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it's about going to work safely, coming home safely. Remember when I went to work that day? Think about it, I'm bringing this right to you. Just imagine that this is the 3rd of February 1993. Yeah, what are you bringing to the workplace? You understand what I'm saying? This is what it's all about. Every day is a new day. Don't think of it always the same as yesterday, because you can always change. Even if you just change something, because some people say to me, oh, Kahi, I can come in this workplace blind. I said, really? Okay, you're coming in blind, how are you going to leave it? Oh, I can see. I said, first you say you're blind, now you can see. Which one are you? You understand what I'm saying? So I said, you've got to be very pertinent about where you go now. You go, wow, I understand what you're coming about. I said, no, I don't think you do, mate. So this is what it's all about. This is why I'm here to share this with you, ladies and gentlemen. I wish that these things were in place prior to my injury, otherwise I wouldn't be here right now talking in front of you. You know what I mean? And it's about turning, something around from a catastrophe to something positive. Because, look, I'm leaving a lot of loopholes open to you. Think about it, though. You're me. How will this impact you? Remember this is today, 3rd of February. Think about where you are right now. How do you think this will affect you and your family? So, what's your name, brother? Dennis. You have family yourself, Dennis?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no, good on you, mate. Hey, so how many children? That's all right, man. I tell you what, you never cease to forget about that, eh? And that's the right. Don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not. I'll tell you what, really, to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, they were far from my mind when I was there at work. Seriously. I'm being honest with you right now. That was 3rd of February. If you wide, there were a lot of other things more. Sure, they were there part of it, but they were there top, not as priority as they are now. I'll tell you what they are now. So that's why I say be grateful for what you do and not what you don't. All those things. Look, I'm leaving that open for you, but think about it. What about the working hours, stuff like that. The traffic control, all that sort of thing there. Hey, look, I'm sure you talk about it till the cows come home, but I tell you what, it's about actions speak louder than words. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. And I know that you guys, Unions do a very great job, but I tell you what, guys, at the same time, it's about being proactive about teams. You know, about, hey, you know, I can be there in many ways, and I should be shooting it as I get to the union anyway. You know, where it's only more. But, yeah, I thought I'd give you opportunities now, ladies and gentlemen, to ask me some questions before I slowly start wrapping it up. Don't let me hold you up. Otherwise, I'll chuck something at you.
How did it affect your social life?
Oh, wow. You know, Maureen, awesome. You know, I'm glad you said that, Maureen, you know, coming from a lovely lady like yourself, that my wife, you know, hey, let me tell you right now, guys, and I got no problem doing this. First, before I answer that question, though, tell me, ladies and gentlemen.
Didn't hear the question.
Oh, how did it affect your social life, you know, outside of work?
Yeah.
Your life? Yeah.
Good morning.
The question was, how did it affect your social life, your other life out of work, where you spent most of your time? How was that affected?
Yeah, no, you are good morning. Wow. But you know, it's funny, isn't it? The truth hurts, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? You know, the question there, it's answered in two ways, actually, what Maureen just said there. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, how often do you speak at work? I mean, how do you spend at work? Just think of an apple. You got 4 quarters.
Spend a third of your time.
Wow. Well, there you go. So tell me now, do you spend most of your time at home? There you go. But you know, having said that, what Maureen is saying is very good. Why? That last quarter. Wow. That's the most impactful one of all. Where do you think you spend that last quarter? Have a guess. Before you say it, I advise you to think about it first. Where do you think you spend it? Tony?
Socialising.
Yeah, wow. So tell me, above all that, where does the family come in?
Well, obviously, when you talk about a whole apple, the family is part of your life totally.
Yeah.
But your social life, obviously, you know, there's work, there's social, there's rest periods. And so your social life would have been terribly affected, no doubt about it.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. But you know, hindsight, the reason why what Maureen just said. But let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, what about traveling to work? What about traveling back? What about sleeping?
Yeah, right.
Wow, all those factors. And now tell me the truth hurts. Out of that time, how often do you spend with your family? Wow. Very little. Yeah, man, very little. See, do you know what I mean? And I tell you what, when I share this, you know, over the years I've been speaking, a lot of people go, wow, okay, you just remind me, you know, so much truth. Yeah, I said, well, you know, they thank me for that. Don't get me wrong, I said, brother, don't thank me. You know, thank you for taking, that's what's about necessarily taking control. You know, and they go home, you know what they do, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, depending on who I'm talking to, of course. They go home, they tell their wife, and when they tell their wife that, or they go up to their wife, they give them a cuddle. And when they give them a cuddle, their wife clips their ears and goes, what did you give me a cuddle for? Yeah, what have you done? Or what do you want? You know what they say? Oh, we had the speaker here today, so happy. Oh, you know what they say? They go, oh, you should invite them more often. But you know what I say to them? Hey, it's not just about me. What about their wives? And they too as well. We're in this together. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. So, hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, getting back to the question Maureen was saying there, yeah, how does it impact my family now? You know, outside of working, I'll tell you what, as a husband, I'll tell you what, guys, seriously, I'm being honest with you now. You know, I didn't thought I was even a husband. No, man. You know what I mean? And let me tell you right now, to be more pertinent about it, I didn't know whether my name was Arthur or Martha. You know what I mean? And when they're taking my lead off. I mean, I'm taking my, you know, even my private area and all that away, and they're talking about putting any more children before. But thank God my name was actually Kahi. You know what I mean? The truth is. But you know, all this, ladies and gentlemen, hey, look, and that's why, you know, I get so inspired. Look, before, man, you couldn't get a boo out of me before this. But now, hey, it changed me completely. Why? It made me a better person to realize that, hey, if I can just prevent one injury here, even in this room, you understand what I'm saying? Just one, that's all it takes, just one. Wow. I've done something great at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Have I done that here today? To motivate you, to inspire you. This is what it's about. See, for me, I'll tell you what, you can have the best speakers in the world. I'm not saying I'm one of the best speakers in the world, but I'm just trying to say, hey, you know, if you can run with that and change it around perception, you know, just one seed, that's all it takes. Wow, the domino effect is awesome. And this is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Because you wouldn't want this to happen to your worst enemy. Seriously. You know? So all that, Yeah, but let me tell you, getting back to what Maureen was saying too as well, I'm sorry for going on about this, but what about my son? My son now, hey, what's the date? Wednesday, he turns 21 on Saturday. Wow, look at, he's only 2.5 years old, 2.5 months old. He said to me the other day, he goes, this is where it becomes more pertinent. He said to me, Dad, why do you go there and talk to those people? And I told him I was coming here too. He goes, why do you talk to them there? I said, son, have a look inside on the table. What's on the table on their house? He goes, food. Yeah, that's right, son. Tell me, how does that food get there? He goes, Dad, that's not funny. I said, yes, son, I know it's not funny, but how does it get there? He goes, get credit to make it happen. I said, son, that's what Dad's doing. I'm answering your question. That's why I do this. Now tell me, son, you want to know something funny? He goes, what's that, Dad? I said, tell me, what are you doing? And he goes, Dad, that's not funny. I said, yeah, that's right, that's not funny, is it? What are you doing? He goes, I'm nothing. Son, when I come back from work, I want you to tell me that, hey, Dad, I made some inquiries about doing this, or looking for a job, or looking for work, and then, son, otherwise, let me put it to you specifically. Son, imagine I'm doing a talk in Sydney here, the railway street here, Lincoln. Just imagine, my car's parked outside. I hop in the car, don't look to the left, I don't look to the right, and I just walk straight in front of a truck. What's going to happen then, son? He goes, wow, this comes up to me, what does it say there? Helps me. Tears running down his eye. This is your own flesh and blood. You can see, Dad, I love you, he said, I hope I'm just so proud that you go out there and talk about safety. It was really, how you tell them, Dad, men and women at their fathers, mothers, and that's what really hit me, impacted me most of all. He said to me, tell them your children look forward to you going back safely to you. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, you don't have to give me more simple than that. I'm not here to talk about the procedures and everything else out there, even though, don't get me wrong, they're very valid, very pointful. But what I'm telling you here now is about it's our behaviour, our culture. This is where I'm coming from. Share about, hey, this is what happened to me, I hope it doesn't happen to me in this one. This is what it's about. This is what I'm here for. Win this together. I don't want to be the one that, you don't want it to be the one, hey Tony, knock on someone's door and say, oh, I'm sorry, so-and-so's not coming home today. Why? Why is that happening? I tell you right now, accidents are preventable. 9 out of 10 times they are preventable. Sure, you might have a freak accident that may happen, but at the end of that, what are you doing about it? Are you making it safe? Are you becoming part of the safety committee? Remember, part of the solution, not part of the problem. So, so I hope you're happy with that. But one last question I think is, and feel free to, touch base with me after when we finish, because, I don't mind shaking your hand in that, because I know that you all want to get away or get involved, because I'm going to do another talk later, but that's not until 1, so still got plenty of time then. I'm going to Richmond TAFE. I did engagement this morning. It wasn't supposed to be on the agenda. You were supposed to be the first on the agenda, but things just happen like that, And unfortunately, even though I might be going to Richmond, the TAFE out there, something else can always come up too as well. And unfortunately, that's how things happen. You remember I travel all over Australia, not just here in New South Wales. This is where I started from first. So, hey, one question I want to ask you though, I know that a lot of people I've heard, the back office to ask me, what do you think the most important question here you want to ask me, but you're not asking me yet? Have a guess. I wasn't going to chuck it at you.
You're all me now.
Right? Yeah, well, that's what I mind. This is what it's all about. Or should I give you a clue? Who is it impacted?
What sort of, you're obviously a New Zealand, but
You're a genius.
talking about your friends. They're not good players, but
No, not good players. No, they're only world-class people. No.
But am I right? What we don't tend to think about is the wider family. You talk about your immediate family, your wife and your kids, your mother and father, your friends, and over there. What impact has your accident and then what you now do had on them?
Oh yeah, no, thank you for that, John. It's funny, we talk about, the immigration laws and that. I'll tell you what, there'd be a big hole in New Zealand if they want to come over here, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you, you would have been on the agenda as well. But hey, no, John, but hey, look, sure, it impacted them, and that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to share about that. Look, before I answer that, though, You know, John, I mean, sure, it impacted, look, I only got a very small family here in Australia, most of my family back in New Zealand. Okay, and it impacted me when I was there. Look, ladies and gentlemen, to be more specific for you, and this is where it's going to be probably a bit hard for you to accept, or some people will understand, because there are different ethnic groups I can see in here, which is awesome. Hey, look, my mum, she's never been outside. So, you know, say for example, if she's in Sydney, in this area here, you won't see her go outside that area, right? You know what happened when my injury came up? It was in Parliament. My case was actually heard in Parliament during the time of the early stages. My mum's never been outside New Zealand, they flew over. But hey, you got to remember to do that, hey, there's going to be a big shift. You know what I mean? And what was that big shift? Obviously the big shift was, remember when I was on life support this year? And yeah, I come from a very big, powerful sort of area there in the Waikato area, back home in Hamilton. For a lot of people here, you know, I know there's some running in the room, some people understand, but you know, like I remember the lady when she was arrived there, the Molly Queen, that's my family from that area. So, like I said, very big family in the area, but all over New Zealand. Hey, so they flew my mum over here, and don't get me wrong, when I was in the hospital, the last person I was expecting, no, I don't want to see her, I'm not saying I don't want to see her, but expecting to see when I wake up was my mum right there in front of me. Wow, how awesome was that? Let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I was in heaven, seriously. You know, I said, wow, surely this is not my time here. Obviously it wasn't, but the one I expected was. You know what I mean? Why? Because my mum was coming over here. Why was she coming over here? She's preparing me, getting me ready to go home. And I just told her, I said, no, no, the good Lord above here wants me here for you. Look what I'm doing here. She just blew me away. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the impact there on that side there, John. I mean, hey, you know, it's funny, isn't it? I said, look, I'm on the land of the living, I'm not on the land of the dead yet. You know what I mean? I've got a lot of things to do. So wow, how awesome is that? And I'm just parting it with you. So you're part of it as well. So it's part of the process. And I shared that with my wife there, but she didn't understand what was going on. Even though she's from New Zealand, a different area, different thing. Mindset, I could understand where my mum was coming from. And I could, you know, understand where she's coming from, but I didn't agree with her. And look at it. Look what I've achieved since then. I mean, look at my children. Look how otherwise there would only be 2 children, not 2 more. So yeah, I'm yet to share that with them. So it's the bigger picture. All that, but John, heading back there, you're leading on to what we're talking about, the domino effect. What are we talking about here? Domino effect? The impact? What about the forklift driver? Ladies and gentlemen, you want to go there? What about you? Say, for example, this is you. You're the forklift driver. How will this affect you? Right?
Terrible.
Yeah, well, that's what I
And
do.
the other things, workmates and the people in that area.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what I'm saying. The impact there, awesome all over. So I'm not the only one. Don't get me wrong. It's impacted everyone. And that's why I don't mind going there. Don't get me wrong. A lot of my other speakers say, oh, hey, why are you going there? I said, well, this is me talking. You know what I mean? And this is where we engage more and more people. And that's what it's about. What are we talking about here? It's all about prevention. You know what I mean? Remember, like I said, in prevention and preventing these things from happening in the first place. That's why, hey, ladies and gentlemen, hey, we can talk to the cows come home. You know what I mean? Actions speak louder than words. And this is what it's about. So, hey, guys, look, I know that, and don't get me wrong, guys, look, to get more specific here, okay? And I know that, hey, we've got tough men in there in the room and that, hey, remember, I'm an ex-soldier. But I tell you, I had an appointment to see my solicitor. Okay? And as I was about to leave, it's from, just to cut the story short, it's from 10:30 to 12, so it's an hour and a half. It takes a half an hour to get there from my house in the city, Newcastle. And my wife said, okay, be home at 12:30. I'll have lunch ready for you. I go, okay, honey. How punctual are you, ladies? And men, you know, be home at 7 o'clock. Very punctual, anyway. Hey, ladies, amen. I'll let you think of it that way. But you know, come just before 12 o'clock, I was just about to stand up and he put his hand on my shoulder to the solicitor. He goes, Kahi, I know you're a God-fearing man. He said, that's why I'm not a God-fearing man. That's why I'm a solicitor. I said, that's okay, I'll pray for you. He goes, really? Will God answer your prayer? I said, yeah, unfortunately you'll be at the end of the list, not the front. He goes, really? Well, I'm the QC. I said, even further still. Yes, why is that? The truth hurts. Well, that's right, isn't it? You know what I mean? She goes, Kahi, you're a funny man. I said, well, I'm just being truthful for you. It doesn't matter how much dollars you have. It's a sense, you know what I mean, up here. Hey, look, so when he told me, he said, Kahi, what about the forklift driver? Hey, I cried. Look, I became emotional. Don't get me wrong, guys. Why? I'll let you think about it. He goes, Kahi, that guy's 29. I mean, 23. I'm 29. You can remember he was the bread income earner. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Bread income earner for his family. His wife is expecting their first child. What happened from that? He was a mental institution. How long? 8.5 months. Wow. He said, Kahi, you want to go and see his wife? And I said, yeah, sure, because you knew, being a Christian and all that. I said, mate, it was like a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle, like a piece missing out of that puzzle. And why I wanted to just let him know that I had no remorse or anything against him. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it takes a lot to even do that. I went over there to their house, knocked on the door, 12:15. Remember, I was supposed to be home at 12:30. And no answer. So what am I telling you? Oh, hey, I want the long heading home soon. And you know what happened then, guys? At the end of the day, look, a vehicle come up the driveway. Who was that vehicle? Who was in that vehicle? Have a guess. His wife, yes. So when she got out, when she came out, she walked over to me, I walked over to her, we were meeting each other, and I reached out to shake her hand. She reached out to shake my hand, and then she pulled it away, and then she started to swear at me. Wow. You know, you have this and that, I thought you were saying fish and chips, but no, it wasn't. You know, I looked at her, I stepped back, and I looked at her, and I thought, wow, this lady, I said, I can see horns coming out over here. I said, oh, looks like my wife. Oh, it is my wife. You know what happened then? So I stepped back again and I stepped forward. And what did I do then? I looked at her and I said, I thought I'd just come in and see how you and your husband coped with everything. Wow, what happened then? Man, complete change. You know what happened then, guys? Hey, she just went to the ground, she just smiled, she just cried. Now tell me, seriously, ladies and gentlemen, what do men generally do when a woman becomes very emotional? Seriously.
Run away.
Say again?
Run away.
Yeah, that's right, eh, mate, awesome. What's your name?
Kevin.
Good on you, Kevin. Yeah, the truth hurts, eh, Kevin? The truth hurts. Don't get me wrong, guys. Some guys say, oh, you run up to him and say, well, what are you after? You know what I mean? Yeah, guys, that's not one of our strengths. Emotions are not one of our strengths, guys. Let me tell you right now, we should be one of our strengths. We're going to work on it. Okay? And hey, look, without drawing on it, from there I went up to a calendar instead of being a stun mullet, like a lot of men would be. Hey, from there she put them in their house. So from there, 12:30, I was there till 4:30. Remember, I was supposed to be in for lunch at 12:30. Remember those horns? I'll let you think of them. They're starting to show, isn't it? Anyway, but hey, you know what I mean? So come 4:30, hey, it was a phone call. Who was on a phone call? It was the husband calling from the hospital. And when he heard that I was there, he said, oh, can you get Kahi there? So I stayed there. Why? Because I wanted to touch base not only with her, but with him. Wow, awesome. And when he showed up, he was just beside himself. Seriously, he really was beside himself. I can tell you what really happened there, but it's fun and really impacted. But unless you want to tell you that, but I'll leave that to you. And then from there, hey, I was there till 4:30 till 8:30, quarter to 9. Wow. Remember I said, brother, I'm going to head home for tea. I wasn't expecting for tea. Remember I was supposed to be out for lunch. And he goes, no, okay, you can't leave now. You're going to come down the road. Let me drive. He said, I get to see my mum and dad. Wow, mum and dad. What about grandpa, grandma? You know what I mean? The rest of the world to his family. That's what it's about. It's about that whole family. So what time was it when I got home? Hey, when it was 12:30 in the morning. Wow. So when I walked on my driveway, who do you think was waiting there for me? Remember, where do you think those horns were? Were they in or were they out? Okay? I came here and said, were they in or out? Hey, there was the tuning right out there all over the place. For a minute there, I thought she was going to do a haka, to walk me back, I could have done a haka too, Tony? But no, that wasn't happening. At that time in the morning, so what did I do? I took control. Went inside and she goes, where have you been there 12 hours? I told her. When I told her, wow, this is where it's going to be. What do you think your reaction was then when I told her what I'd been doing there 12 hours? What do you reckon, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, maybe you're awesome there, Chuck. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. She just swore me, called me ringing on the sun, you know what I mean? She said, what did you do? I said, honey, first let me apologize. I apologize, I didn't, ring you and let you know what I was. But you know what happened? First, honey, it was the evening process. First, the wife, the husband, mom and dad, and the grandparents. And she said, F them and everything else. What about me? What about your son? What about your daughters? I mean, the daughter. Wow. said, honey, you know, so what, taking me on hurting it, and I can understand where she's coming from, but it was from a different angle, you know what I mean? But to put it Pacific, hey guys, ladies and gentlemen, just to be honest about the law, too, as well. She goes, why did you do that? I said, honey, you know why I did that? Let me tell you right now, this is where it's going to I said to her, honey, just imagine that was me. I was the one in that institution. Where would you be right now? I'll tell you what, she just answered straight on that. I had no pause, nothing. What do you think your answer was? I'll let you think about that. What do you think? See, all was in there too late, you know? How do you think, ladies and gentlemen? You know, hypothetically. You know what she said to me? It blew me away. She goes, I wouldn't be here right now. I love my wife, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm glad it happened the way it did, if you know what I mean. That's why I can understand why some people aren't together. You know what I mean? That's a different reason why I wouldn't count you. You know, but, so hey, you know, the bottom line, what I try to share here right now is that guy, the message is that guy has never been able to work from the day of that injury, 3rd of February 1993. Wow, that's him back. How awesome is that? Remember he was the bread income, and just imagine that. His wife became the bread income that day that injury happened. You understand what I'm saying? She's the carer for him. So, you know, it's not just physical, it's psychological, mental as well, all the factors. Remember why I say that's what it, you know, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people look at me and judge me and they say, oh, okay, he's actually worse off than you. Let me tell you one thing, it's about choices and options. We had that over to us. It's about grabbing hold of it. Remember what I'm saying? And there's option on to. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for going on too long, but I wanted to finish here with this on here poem. I'm sure you would have heard it before, by Don Merrill. You know, for I choose to look the other way. You know, and guys always say, wow, Kahi's an old one, but I tell you what, it's great when it comes to me because we can look at you and go, wow, it could be me. You know what I mean? I could have saved a life that day. I hope it's not you. But I could have chosen to look the other way. It wasn't that I didn't care. I had the time and I was there. But I didn't want to seem a fool or argue over a safety rule. I knew he had done the job before. If I spoke up, he might get sore. The chances didn't seem that bad. I've done the same. He knew I had. So I shook my head and walked on by. He knew the risk as well as I. He took the chance, I closed an eye, and with that act, I didn't die. I could have saved a life that day, but I chose to look the other way. Now every time I see his wife, I know I should have saved his life. That guilt is something I must bear, but it isn't something you need to share. If you see a risk that others take that puts their health or life at stake, the question asks the thing you say could help them live another day. If you see a risk and walk away, then I hope you never have to say, I could have saved a life that day, but I chose to look the other way. So, is that you? I hope it's not you. And that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. That's by Don Moore, that's not mine. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I want to thank you all again. You know,